Okay, so it seems like recently there's been a little bit of an update on the whole Filian situation. Now, if you guys don't know, in the last video we covered the fact about the countdown and what was going to be happening with that. And well, it seems like I was right about some of the things that I was predicting would happen with the website, which I think is very funny. Now, if you guys don't know, obviously, Filian has been on hiatus for quite a while now, and recently she took down a lot of her social medias, and there has been a site that has gone up called filianislost.com, which then had a countdown, which the countdown ended last night, and then opened up this, which is called the wall, where essentially it's a big wall where people can, obviously put their own drawings and whatever, which I think is very, very cool. Now, of course, it wouldn't be a wall without Neurosama. Of course, if you guys don't know, this is very similar to something called r/place, which is a very big, obviously Reddit thing that went on, where you could like put in pixels and things. And also CDog did one as well, which we actually covered quite a bit on this channel, where Neurosama also took over that as well. So it was quite funny because it just seems like anywhere there is something like this where fans can contribute and kind of give their own pixels or paintings or whatever. Neurosama always seems to take over. Now, I think I don't know if this is done by Pixel or if this is, I think it is done by Pixel, but I think there's other ways you can like kind of paint and stuff on the board as well, which is something that is a little bit different from it. But as you can see, there is a big variety of different communities, different things that have been popping up, which I think is quite cool, right? You got like Osu there taking over. There's a huge Russian flag, which is crazy, with Belarus, I think, and Ukraine on the other side. So again, a lot of flags from different countries as well. There's also just pregnant Filian, which is crazy. So yeah, that is another thing that is there. And of course, you can spend ages going through this and saying some different things that you know, like a different symbol or maybe a name or something like that, right? There's always going to be different kind of references the more you look through this, right? But there was also another factor to this website, which I thought was interesting. And as I said, I've guessed it pretty much correctly, almost 100%. So there was this thing called Signal Archive. It said recently transmitted. Now, again, this said loading, right? There wasn't anything there. And well, it seems like it actually started to load now, and I was completely right. So essentially, you could submit different signals and things and put in an image, say where it is, what this signal was, and I guessed that it was to do with some of the images that we've been seeing with the Filianislost t-shirts and posters and all of this kind of stuff, and that is 100% the case. So you can see here, for example, that's Bryce Up, I think it is. Bryce Up wearing Filianislost t-shirt in video, United States. Obviously, as well, we had this one from the, I think, was she a model? I forgot what it was, Japanese, creator at least. There's a Filianislost t-shirt in Japan, and then of course a Filianislost poster over at Dusseldorf at Dokumi, right? Of course there isn't any more here, but of course there was a couple of other instances of different t-shirts and things that have popped up that we have seen that have come out over on the Reddit and things like that. So maybe that will appear on this website as well. But now we know that this is pretty much a part of everything that has gone on with the ARG, which I think is really cool to see. Again, I say the ARG, the hiatus, or whatever you want to call it, right? It's just, it's all part of it, right? People were wondering whether it was just a coincidence or people were just wearing it, but it definitely seems like, this was kind of planned. Now, I don't know if it was Filian herself handing out these t-shirts to people, and I know she knows, like, Bryce Up and people like that, so I don't know if she was like handing them out, personally or whatever, but or unless it was like her team or whatever that was handing them out. I'm not sure, but it definitely seems like it made their way to them, to the point where, yeah, now they're featured on this website for like a signal archive of different things. Now, again, as I said, we don't exactly know how long this is going to last. There is a Twitter page that actually is up. So if we just look at this, there's also a Reddit page apparently. Oh yeah, there is a Reddit page. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so there's a Reddit page and a Twitter page, which of course have included a ton of different kind of posts and stuff. I'll just post artwork that they've seen, right? And it just seems to be the wall account has been just posting you know, cool bits of artwork and stuff that have been popping up in clips and everything to do with it, which I think is pretty cool, right? I don't know who's behind the account. I don't know who's running it. But yeah, they seem to be pretty interactive with this kind of stuff, as well as yeah, there's been other things here saying what to post, screenshots of the wall, rally your clans together to make art, and all of that kind of stuff. Now, there was also a Discord page which has now gone up, and there's a Discord channel which was written, so there was a pinned post by one of the lesser moderators, not like an actual moderator. I think they're like kind of just a I don't know what you would really call them, but essentially there's a pinned post kind of outlining what you can do on the website, what you wanted to, you know, all of this kind of stuff, literally just outlining pretty much everything to do with it, which makes me think that maybe they are in on it. Obviously, they have been, you know, saying that they have no clue what is going on or whatever. But, you know, I think they do know. But it is just one of those things where obviously it's just part of their kind of, you know, story or whatever you want to call it that, you know, they don't know, right? So yeah, I mean, that is also another factor. And again, I'm pretty sure that page is there, or that channel there is there for a similar reason. You know, just to share things that they see or to rally people to create their own artworks, because of course we know how much r/place and stuff have changed beforehand. You know, we've had a lot of examples of this before, and I don't know, there could be a chance that the wall could get bigger. They've done that before, as I said, with r/place, where essentially they gave them more of a canvas and like kind of expanded it around the outside while still keeping this all here. So this was like all stayed, whereas everything around the outside maybe was like white. So that, or you know, obviously it'll be a wall in this case, which then people filled in a little bit further. Now, many people have been also pointing out the similarities between graffiti, because if you guys don't know, there's been a lot of graffiti that has been popping up apparently around in New York and in LA, which obviously says "Filianislost," which, yeah, of course, some people were a little bit confused as to you know, why that was there, because you know, one of the graffitis was over something like quite important or whatever in New York, at least. So again, people were very, very confused. But a lot of people have been pointing kind of different connections between this wall and the graffiti stuff, because what people were essentially doing here is spray painting a wall, right? You know, they've got little tools like this where you can like spray paint and you know, kind of do something close to almost like a graffiti style, right? Which people have been kind of connecting the two dots between the real life graffiti that people have been seeing and the fact that you can graffiti this wall. So yeah, that makes people think that maybe the graffiti did also have something to do with Filian and everything that's been going on with that kind of stuff. I don't know. Again, it's obviously very, very confusing. So a lot of people are still trying to figure out exactly what the true reasoning was behind that. But again, I think it is probably connected, considering the fact that the wall is popped up here, and that, yeah, you can kind of spray paint it almost like an actual wall, right? But yeah, I mean, that is essentially all there is for an update on this wall thing at the moment. Of course, we don't know how long this is going to last. We don't know if it's going to last, you know, a couple of days, a week, weeks, months, whatever. I don't know. But again, we'll have to wait and see. And maybe it will expand, maybe it won't expand. Again, we'll just have to wait and see, right? But yeah, that's probably all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code Kazza, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. So, see ya.